Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Factorio and our Bat Challenge. That is the Bob's Angels 1000 Challenge. That it's keeping these belts stuffed full as well. At least that's what I'm hoping. So now I'm just going to go and have a look into one of these right here, and I'm going to dump a whole load of that, and I'm going to dump a whole load of sapphirite ore in here as well. Keep that pounding through. And that, in turn, should result in this filling up and backing up, and that going all the way along here and having all of the furnaces running. There, now we're talking. So we got a decent expansion on that. Now all we got to do is do that for all of the other stuff. But I'm not going to do that at the moment. We don't need that many other resources on the others. But you can see in here, we're actually keeping 2 belts stuffed full all the way in. We've got enough coming in to keep the 2 belts stuffed full, which means that we've got enough come in to keep the ore going down through here. This is not the most efficient way of using the ore. There are more efficient ways of using the ore that we will be doing later, or at least with the smelting, but it smelts large quantities of everything. And basically what you do is you take this ore sorting facility and you start sorting things. So we take crushed sapphirite ore and we sort it. We get 2 iron ore, 1 copper ore, and 1 slag. And then you start using all of those to build up into other things. So sapphirite gives you 2 iron to 1 copper, and steratite gives you 2 copper to 1 iron. Ultimately, it takes a little while to sort of work things through, and we need some more silos. We've got some sapphirite silos here at the moment. They've got 256 stacks that you can put into them, and these silos are going to be really helpful for this. They really are. They are going to be absolutely wonderful when it comes to this. I need the basic silo, though. To make that, it's going to be Angels Logistics, which is the basic silo right there. I need steel plates, so we've actually got to start producing steel in order to start producing the silos. And that's another thing that does take a bit of time. So we've done the iron. That was the next thing that I wanted to do. I wanted to make sure that we had the iron coming through, because we were having a bit of an issue with iron shortages. We weren't producing all of the stuff that we wanted to produce all the way through. We're now doing that. That's coming in here. I've got almost no circles left on here. It looks like they've gone through and they've actually upgraded everything all the way through on there. I've got brown algae stacked all the way out, and it's cellulose fiber that we're not producing fast enough, which is because I don't have enough of these. So now I'm back to seriously considering getting rid of one of those. But if you look at the amount that's running through, don't think that is a very good idea. This one's all being used. That one's got 178 brown algae in it. It is being used. It's not all being used, but it is using up some. That one's got, like, it is producing it. But if you look here, they're starting to go out, and it's now using up. So that can hold a stack of 200 in there. And it's not holding a stack of 200. There's not a stack of 200 in there. So it's taking its time, but it is actually being used. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave that just ticking over for a minute. And what I think we'll do is, now that we're building up some landfill, I might try and double up some of this and like maybe build another few of these down here, or we could just extend it out over in this direction, something like that. I'm not quite sure at the moment. But anyway, I don't want to do that just yet. The next thing on my to-do list is to go over here and double up this one. The other thing I want to do is make sure that we're right for power for a minute. Yes. Power is fine. We also need to check coal. Always keep an eye on the coal supply. At the moment, coal is okay. We've got enough coal coming in as well, so we're all right on that one as well. Now we run over here. We've got the 5. Where are they? There are my 5 washing plants. Now, ideally, what I'd like to do is put them down here so that I can put them on there, but it doesn't invert the arrows for the other ones. You've got to have it this way round, which is a bit of a pain, I've always thought, and have it running down through. So we need to have it 2 away from the previous one, like that. I'll get rid of that power line and that power line for a minute. I will grab you, And we will do a mirror image construction down through here with what we did previously, like that. And then I'm going to... I've only got 2 of those. I have got the materials to make a few more of them, actually. So we'll start doing that. I'll go... If I got enough of the other pipes, I think I do. 5, 10, 15, 20 of them. And then I will 5, 10, 15, 20 underground pipes, so that I got plenty of those. So we'll start off by putting in some copper pipes here and join these in. We can also go through and add in some more power lines and just make sure that all of that is where it should be. I then also want to have one there. I want to have one here. And I'm going to need one there as well. One here, 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 and here. Right, so those are those bits done. Then I'm going to want underground pipes. We've already got the first set of underground pipes made, so I can get most of the water coming through now. Take that up to there, and then that one goes on that side. You go on to here. I've got one more underground pipe that needs to go across that bit there, but we've got the fresh water running through. Then we can go over here. We will take a belt and we'll run that belt all the way down that side like that. And I need to basically connect it into here. That's got 121 landfill in there. I'm going to mirror image this and I'm going to put it over this side. I'm just going to copy that piece. We'll go... there, like that. That's where I'm going to put this one. And then I'm going to put that one there. And then we'll go with 1, 2, like that. The belt will go in like that. Much the same as that one has done over there. And then we will have another one of those. And then we will take... that chest there, I want to just swap over and put that one onto there like that. It's now got that signal on it, which I really don't like. It really irritates me when it has those on there, but... yeah, alright, fine. We won't have it on there for now. We'll change that over later when it doesn't need to have that signal on it. It's some reason that they really bug me. Like, they really, really bug me. They properly irritate me, those things. Just having that signal on there. I know it shouldn't. It definitely shouldn't bug me like that, but it does. It's just one of those things. I've learned to accept it, so now it's time for you to accept it also and move on. Right, we'll put you up there like that. I've got another underground pipe. That one's going to go over to there like that, and then I can come down. Ooh, wait a minute. One more thing we want to do. We're going to do there, 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 that one. That one. That's going to loop round with the power. I'm going to bring it up here as well. I'm going to put power up there so that it does a complete loop. And that one over there. So they've all got power in them. Then I can copy that, copy that, copy that, copy that, copy that. And I've got all of those up and running as well. And they should be. In theory... yes, they are. They are all running all the way down through. And if we look all the way down to here, you run right down to the very bottom end down here. I've filled that one up completely because I forgot to go and put that onto there like that. So this one here is now going to fill up. It's going to fill up pretty quickly. That clarifier is just going to be continuously, well, not continuously running. It does actually pause. Let's take you and copy you onto there. And then it's going to start using up that mud. Spooning all of that in really quickly. Which means that then this mud can be used up. And you can see that it is a little bit slow running in through, but these are using up at that speed. It's taking 200 per 5, so we're using 400 per 5 seconds. This produces 300 per second. So we've got no problems at all with producing the water that we need for that. We've got another one of these has now finished. That one there, I can't take construction components in there. That gives us rivets. It gives us construction frames out of steel, steel grates. Basic data core. I know I can do that. Have I got basic and red feeding in together? I think that's the one. Basic and red in there. Yes, I do. Right. I go to there. It's the next one, construction components right there. Let's take that one. That's going to be one that we're going to want to use. It is actually doing it. Yes, right, we've got those in there. So now I can fly down through here like this, and we can pick up some. We got 125 landfill in there. We've got another 3 in here. We are cooking on gas now. If you right-click, it takes half of them. I've only just realized. I just found that out. I literally just found that out. So I've now got 128 landfill on me. I want to build a radar, so I need to go to the Angels. That's the Angels exploration. I want a radar there. And then I'm going to want to make sure that I've got enough electric poles as well. So we'll make a few of them. And we're going to go for another little bit of a walk. We're going to go up to the other end of our base. Before we go all the way up to the end of the base, I've got no robots out flying. So we need to do the rest of the upgrades. I got in here, I got 2,400 belts building up in there. So that one is going to eventually fill up completely with the belts, and we're not going to need to worry about that one anymore. Let's go here. Where have we got upgraded belts to so far? We've come out to that section there. We've come out over here. I haven't got all the way up here. So I'm going to go right up to the top. All the way up that far. Where can I go? I can go this... Actually, I'm going to just go to that point there just to start with. And then I'm going to go over here. I'm going to take it from there. I'm going to bring you down. I'm going to go all the way down here. I'm going to extend it out that way. We've got 1,600 upgrades now. A few upgrades have been requested on that bit. But they're going to be... Actually, those upgrades are obsolete. Until I can expand the upgrades, until I can expand the rest of it out, it's obsolete. But everything else is now going to go with faster belts. It will take a couple of minutes, admittedly. But those couple of minutes, they are... It's time well spent, I feel. It is time well spent. Now, I've got 100 construction robots off doing this. And it takes them quite a while because they spend most of the time charging. So I could get more bots out onto it, but it's not going to speed anything up because I need more of the robo-boxes like scattered around in order for it to work properly. So I'm sort of thinking it doesn't really matter. It's like a minor detail. And in here, we'll be using landfill at some point to go and do some stuff with this, but not at the moment. We have exciting exploration to do first. Now, we've only got 125 landfill, which is... No, 128 landfill, which is not a lot. Okay? Now, I can put landfill down on land that already exists. Which I don't really want to do. So, I want to bring this out over here. We're going to bring it out to a level point here. So that I can extend out as far as I can. I'm going to use the number pad on the keyboard to do this. It doesn't... Oh, yes, it does. It will allow... If I put that down there, I can come out over this way. I can put a bit there, and I can come out over this way. And basically, I'm looking to extend this out. As far as I can. Without using up too much of the landfill too quickly. Right, that's probably far enough. There, I can see them over there a little bit. So now I want to extend out a square so that I've got room to put down this one. Which I do right there. I got just enough room to put one down there. So we can now go and run this all the way back through. My 128 landfill, and we'll be able to go and take a good look at these enemies. Now, I think they have, looking at the enemies that I just seen there, it looks like they've changed quite a bit from my own last playthrough. I think they used to be a little bit more colourful. But I'll drop them in there, and we can go and have a look. There, we have now opened up, we've got to the edge of their base. Right here. Nope, they are still the same. But there's extra things. We've got worms. We've got small worms. They've got a small spitter. A small psyker. Angel's Exploration Beta. There's a big spitter there. A medium biter. medium biter, we got smaller mediums, we've got big psyker right there, spitter. Is this thing here a scarab? I've not seen those before. This one, the psyker. Some of these are definitely different to what I've seen before. The last time round, basically, oh, there's another scarab. There's basically, you had a whole load of these, but they were all different colours. You had a lot of bright colours. So you had red ones and green and yellow and purple. I don't know if those still are part of it or not. I got biters and I got psychers. That does electric damage. I've got you over here, which is physical damage. You're a big scarab. I am assuming that's a scarab spawner, a psyker spawner, a spitter spawner. I'm assuming that they do get bigger. Making the assumption that there are bigger ones later. How much space have I... How much landfill have I got? 7 pieces left. I haven't got enough to really expand out any further over here and push that one out. I'd like to bring it over here. And really get a little bit closer to those. But I'm not going to be able to get close enough to do that. But we've at least seen our very first look at the enemy. This is the enemy. And they are nasty, nasty creatures. You right there. So what have I got? 31% small spitter consumes 4 pollution. 20% big spitter consumes 30 pollution. So as you expand out, your pollution is consumed by these creatures. Look at that. That base there is completely getting buried by this lot now. It does work really nicely the way that happens. You know, as they expand out, they consume your pollution, but they basically turn that pollution into some very, very nasty creatures. Some extremely unpleasant individuals that you do not want to tangle with, which is why we need to be focusing on getting everything up to... We've got an extra tool belt there, which is great, but it's artilleries. Artillery shells, that's what we want to be focusing on. It's that one. We need to get that. That's our key to expansion, and we're going to want that expansion later. At the moment, the expansion is not going to be as critical, but we definitely want to be working everything we can down towards that expansion. So whatever we can take on here that will push us towards that expansion, that's what we're going to do. This one here, Automation 2, brilliant. That means we can speed up all of our assembling machines and factories and stuff. That is awesome. Let's get that one underway. And I'm going to walk back to the base. The absolutely fan-schmastic thing about this map is the amount of ore that we've got on our starting island. So I'll have a look over here and see if these guys are doing anything different. They don't seem to be doing anything different at the moment. But we'll be able to keep an eye on them now. We'll be able to see what they do, what changes they make, whether we're still going to have those really brightly coloured ones that I've seen before. I don't really know, because some things have changed quite a bit. But anyway, like I was saying, we're really, really lucky with this island. The island that I started with on my own playthrough had one patch of that and had one patch of that. A very small bit of bobmonium that was like way off, and I had to go and connect up to another island in order to find it, and it was quite difficult to reach. The only downside that we've got here really is we're very limited on natural gas. We have got a beautiful large area of oil up there, which we will be able to use. We can sort of work our way through the natural gas thing using that up there, but it would be nice if we could have some more. But I mean, we don't. This is what we got, so this is what we will work with. But what we do have here, and this is the really good thing, is we got all this stereotype here, which we can convert into copper. We've got all of that there. We've got the starting sapphirite, 12 million. We've got another 123 over there. We've got all the bobmonium, and we've got that one over there. I've got only 4 million rubite. Now, rubite is the one that is potentially going to cause us a problem. We've got some crotinium over here. I think we can use that as a bit of a substitute for rubite. I mean, there's loads of rubite up here, but we're not going to be able to get that until we can clear out enemies. And that's potentially a bit of a problem. So our only real choke point at the moment is the lack of rubite ore that we've got. But we've got loads of sapphirite there, so we've potentially got an absolutely incredible map here. We may have just landed on our feet with this. Like, we've really gotten lucky with a lot of these resources. I mean, yeah, if you play it on standard resources, then it's way, way different to what standard resources would be. But that's fine. The next kind of step that we want to be looking at is we want to be expanding all of our production, right? At the moment, what we're doing is we're working through a few of things, like a few of the different automation things that we've got. And we've kind of reached a point where we're looking at taking our next step. So we know that we are going to want enhancement data cores. We know that we're going to want energy data cores. Those two next, really. We've got basic, we've got production. We know that we're going to need warfare, energy, enhancement, and exploration. But we don't have any of those set, ready to build just yet. So we would kind of need to set up areas for all four of those, so that we've got those being made and we can have them being researched as well as what we've got currently. The other thing that we want to do is just kind of like expand the base out a little bit. But the way that I was thinking to do that... Ooh. There's a few extra bits that we want to do. There's a few extra steps and things that we want to start getting involved here in places. If you have a look at the next round of materials that we're going to start wanting, we got stone, we got bronze right there, which we want to craft. And we've got steel. Now, steel requires an awful lot more iron than we're making at the moment. We need a huge quantity of iron in order to start making steel. That is a time-consuming process, to say the least. Then we have also got, go back in here, the ore sorting. I mean, we're going to need the ore sorting facilities anyway. If we were to start using ore sorting and breaking a few things down using that, we set up, we use the blast furnaces, ore sorting, and we also use induction furnaces and casting machines. And it changes things a lot. You start using molten iron instead of what we're using at the moment. You still ultimately end up with iron coming out, but it's a longer-winded process, and it takes like a series of resources while you're setting up to it. It's a good thing, though. It does work. I need 10 iron plates with a steel plate recipe right in there. If I was to go and take that one. It is kind of good. We could also do with some of these. Right, we could also do with building some of these silos here. We could also do with Angels, Logistics. We could also, so we're going to need to make some of these. We need steel plates to do that. And that one takes 50 steel plates to build. Building some larger warehouses. Those are also things that we're going to be wanting. Generally, it's going to be weighing up what we want to start next. Because look, we've got several now that need the green packs. We've got several that need these light blue packs. The warfare, we're getting towards wanting some of those. And then we've got sidelines here for a whole load of other stuff. I think garden processing is one that I do want to get going fairly soon. I'm going to take that one next, I believe. I'll start running with that one, because that's going to open up greenhouses. And greenhouses is quite a thing here. If you can get these greenhouses, you build them in glass. We've got a few other bits that we've got to go through in order to get glass. Tree arboretums, these, you get different recipes to what you get from the greenhouses. Now, the greenhouses are actually really good. It's a Bob's Mod recipe, and it basically gives you an infinite supply of wood. You have infinite timber coming from this, and there is an awful lot of timber that you can make from it. There is an awful lot of timber that you can make using that. If we've got it, like, set up right, that is. So, that's kind of a summary of where we're at, and I'm trying to decide which way we're going to move to progress this. Most of you will probably be aware by now that, unfortunately, my wife, Senleia, her health is not the greatest at the moment, and with the whole coronavirus lockdown thing and our kids being home and then summer holidays coming up, I've had to take the unfortunate decision that I have had to reduce the amount of content that I am producing. So I am reducing the output on the channel from 4 videos per day down to 3 videos per day. And in order to do that, I'm dropping one series completely, and this series is going to be going from every single day to every other day. So, unfortunately, for those of you who are following it, it is now only going to be once every 2 days instead of every day. And I know that's going to disappoint some of you. But that is unfortunately just the way it is. So I'll still be going with, I'm still going to be keeping going with Factorio. I'm not changing that. I am just reducing the number of videos that you'll be getting each week. Which means that this series is going to take a little bit longer than originally planned. But it's still going to keep going. It's still going to tick forwards. We're still going to keep going with it. I think really our best bet would be to start off just by getting some basic plans out so that we've got all of the different materials being made. Now, I think Warfare was kind of heading out that side, wasn't it? That was the basic one for the Warfare. I want to go you. Right there. Warfare right there. Weapon parts. That is weapon parts out the other side. The red circuits we need. The basic data cores we need. And then we want the Warfare block. The Warfare block, if we have a look in here, is that one. And that requires a weapon, weapon parts, electronics block, stone brick. So basically, I need to get that little setup that I've got over there all the way over to this side. Which is not particularly convenient. Everything is working out this way. So I think what I'm going to need to do is, if I run back over here, we will go and get the weapon bits that we've got over there, and we will continue our spaghetti heading this way. Because I'm transporting everything that I'm making out this side. It would just be easier if I was to keep going this way. I mean, I might be able to split a little bit out to do the Warfare stuff over this side. I've got the potential to do that. I can strip off a little bit of iron coming out this way, and the red circuits, I can split those off. Run them out that way, and there isn't a lot else that I need to run out in order to be able to do it. Let's see a minute. Can we do it like this? Is this a possibility? I got those as steam factories. I'm definitely changing those over. They're being dismantled and replaced with the standard assembling machines. Weapon parts, weapon, stone brick. Stone brick, I'll have to run a new line of that over so that we can get stone brick over here. Weapon parts I've got right here being made. That's easy. Weapons themselves, they're going to be under, not under that bit. Where are weapons being made? Blocks? No, components. It's going to be under components, isn't it? There. Weapon right there requires a trigger and a weapon body. I got triggers being made in order to be able to make the weapon parts right here. 4 triggers to 2 weapon parts. So all I gotta do is I gotta get that one, the weapon body, joined together to also make these. I can do that. It would require dismantling of that. I wonder how much space have I got? It's because I got this iron chest over here. We've got room to actually pick everything up and move it. I can take all of this off of here. This is what I was wondering about, was whether or not I got the room to move the stuff, but I don't need to worry about it. I can just get rid of this. Well, unfortunately, that is all we've got time for. We will come back tomorrow, and we will carry on with the Bat Challenge, continue trying to make 1,000 of absolutely everything, but we'll also take a little short break and try to catch me a door flurp. If you've enjoyed the episode, then please head down below and give us a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me, get them to come watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.